placed second. So that was pretty cool because, with this group, the conference, this vintage racing tour and they have Trans Am in their tour, but of course we were all, there were 24 Datsun 510s, and all of vintage, 69s, and oh my God, it was unbelievable, really, that we could keep up with them, at least on Saturday. I think on Sunday they had decided to regroup after us, and they did with a vengeance. So I'll give you chapter 2, my next turn. K7 ITX, back to the next.
K7 ITX, thanks for that. Well, let's go to Wade, W7 ITL in Tacoma.
Hello guys, it seems to be working tonight, but there's some issues with it not switching scenes. And then some people are reporting they can't see the signal. I'm seeing it here in Tacoma. Let's see, what do I have going on? Just been studying for a test I'm taking on Friday. Well, at least I'm going to try to take it on Friday. Let's see, anything else that I'm working on? Oh, yeah, it's been kind of a bummy day today at work. Found out today one of my colleagues had passed away. He wasn't that old, so it was definitely hard news to hear. So yeah, half my day was dealing with that and kind of rehashing it. So yeah, that's about all I got going on. Turn back to net control. This is W7 ITL.
W7 ITL, and this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the 08 machine. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. Let's pick up Jim in Covington, N7QO.
N7QO. Thank you, Dave. Good evening, everyone. Well, Dave, originally I could not hear you on the television repeater, but I could hear you now. Ron, before the net, I saw your video and I heard your audio just fine on the television repeater. At any rate, I hear you fine on 2 meters now. Yeah, grocery shopping. I hate it. Kind of like Dick's wife there, my wife doesn't always get the groceries that we really need, or at least that she's always asking me, well, do we have any of this? And, well, you're the one who went shopping, but no. So, yeah, that's a problem. Good luck with that. Dick, 24 Datsun 510s in Portland? Holy cow. And you're competing with Porsches? Oh, my goodness. At least it sounds like you had a really fun weekend. That's great. I don't remember what I did this weekend, but I think mostly it involved work around the house, that is. So, oh well. And Wade, I see you and hear you just fine on the television repeater. And just before the net there, I saw, looks like maybe a motley crew at the Radio Club of Tacoma. Good evening, gentlemen. Glad you're watching us. But could not hear you on 2 meters, Wade. And my condolences to your colleague there. Yeah, kind of reminds you that we're all getting old, and it's especially troubling when the fellows younger than you are. I'm experiencing that nowadays, and it's depressing. What can I say? Anyway, back to Dave. Glad to hear you back. And I heard that Bellevue Jim is not feeling particularly well today. If you're listening out there, Jim, wish you the best, and maybe all of us can wish him the best as well. Hope he.
N7QO, thanks with that. And let's see if we can pick up Carlos, 87NP in Clyde Hill.
Okay, good evening, everyone. It's just the right timing to receive some calls. This is 87NP, and I don't need to listen to myself in multiple radios at the same time. Good to see you all. From what I could see at the beginning of the net, I don't think all Starlink nodes were connected, so after I connected, then the audio was flowing, but doesn't seem like the receivers are picking up the DVB-T signal. So I'm going over OBS with all these nice waves of sound going left and right. I'll have some pictures to share. I've been I've been on my long-term project of assembling my HF antenna. Wow, what a project! And especially with whatever 80 or 90 degrees that are upstairs on the roof, this has not been a great exercise. But I'm determined to get everything ready to put it on the mini tower by tomorrow. So because I'll have some help coming over, and so we hope to put it. And then, you know, Ron, then we test to see if things don't not gonna knock one tower on the other one as the two antennas rotate. I wonder if I should consider do some planning before, but I think things will work out from what I could see, and I'll share some pictures as the antenna is set up. I'll share this on the next round. Just waiting for the phone to synchronize the pictures with the PC. Thank you for the news on the racing, Richard. It's pretty good news. And I'll turn it back to Dave. Dave, it's great to have you back. And turning back to net control from 87NP.
87NP, thanks for checking into the net and explaining your antenna quagmire that's sort of going on with the heat. kind of hard to install stuff when it's that warm up on the roof, especially when the roof maintains a 10 degree above whatever it is with solar energy hitting the roof and making it much warmer. And I better get an ID here again. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the 08 machine. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. And here in Lake City, I've got 74 degrees and sunny outside. And for me today, ran some errands, and I hate to report that my brother Don is kind of going a little bit with a problem, and he's on hospice at home now for end of life. So anyway, he's happy, he's in no pain, and his family is gathered around his house over in West Seattle, and he reports, he said he's fine and he's moving along and keeping positive. And for me, I got to go in for an ultrasound event tomorrow at Kaiser. And last week they did a batch of blood tests on me, 14 different blood tests, and they all came back negative. So that's a good thing. And so they just wanted to check my kidneys with ultrasound to see where they were. But I'll be looking forward to that. The doctor said I don't look like I have any problems at all, but they just wanted to be sure to check that. So that's about it. And I did water some rhododendrons in my front yard today. They were kind of hanging their heads down. The leaves were looking a little bit sour. So that's about it. This is Dave, KD7ZYM. And let's move it back up to the top to Ron, KD7QKU.
Well, my transmitter's on. I picked up the microphone so I can talk on 2 meters. Dave was real low on 2 meters. I had to turn the volume wide open to hear him. I couldn't hear him, I don't think, over TV. Carlos, his picture was freezing up and his audio was freezing up, and so I had to turn on the 2 meter radio in order to be able to hear him. I forget now what he said. Wade, I think, just texted me. So, I think I said this, but I turned on my laptop today, and there's no audio output. I tested it. So I've ordered a new laptop. It won't be here till August the 13th. I ordered it on Amazon, and usually you get things sooner than that. I don't know what the deal is, but I won't have it for a couple more weeks, so almost 3 weeks, I guess. So anyway, it'd be nice to get it. And, we're all sorry to hear about Dawn. I've talked to Dave about it, I guess, on the telephone. And Richard, it sounds like you had a real nice weekend. That's good. Great for you. I had 85 degrees here on the thermometer today. I have a sprinkler system, and I've been running the sprinkler system, but it hasn't been. My lawn is brown in places. The soil's so bad, I guess. I run the sprinkler system for 10 minutes at night in all stations, and I don't want to run it anymore. I used to, seem like last year I only run it every other night, but this year I'm running it every night, and I'm not keeping the lawn very green. I guess maybe it needs more fertilizer, I don't know. Maybe it didn't get enough fertilizer in the spring. Okay, that's enough for me. I'll turn it back to Net KD7QKU.
KD7QKU, thanks with that. Now let's switch over to OBS, the gateway of the internet connecting with Western Washington Amateur Television Society, and see if we can pick up Lee N7KC in Port Angeles.
Okay, well, my call popped up here. There's the video. All right, 107 KC Lee in Port Angeles. Oh, very good. Good to hear you, Richard. I didn't have any audio during your first dissertation, so uh, I don't, I didn't get any of that. But then by and by, why the stream came in and everything's just fine. Everybody looks great. Dave has a very, very, very tiny voice. But if you listen close, I've got headphones on. I can understand what he's saying. Um, so it was difficult for me to hear Don's situation, but I think he's at home under hospice care, is what I was able to gather. I'm sorry to hear that. And Wade, I'm sorry about your work partner there, or somebody at least in the office or the group that you work with. Always tough. Carlos, I'm curious. When Ron was on, color bars came up rather than his video, but there was a big spectrum there. So I don't know where that came from. And also, Carlos, I was wondering, under your call is a white spectrum, audio spectrum of some sort. And then I see the typical blue one on everybody else was on you too. So I'm curious about what you're displaying there. And I guess that's it from me. Yeah, just working on the house here. I'm going to go to Home Depot in the morning and pick up some lumber and whatnot to continue some stuff I'm doing on our northwest corner. And painted it out today, so forth. Just always something to do here. Anyway, with that, I will. The latency here must be about 4 seconds, I would say. Anyway, back to you, Dave, and good to see you back. And Jim before I go, Jim, good to hear you, Jim, over in Covington. Okay, back to you, Dave. This is N7KC Lee in Port Angeles.
Thanks for that. Now, if the Ouija board is working, let's go to K9PQ in Bothell to Bob.
Looks like it's working here. I'm going to get my headphones off so I don't hear my echo. Lee, I can answer one of the questions for you. The white and the blue, you notice mine is white. The white is for they created a newer version of this software. And it looks like tonight Carlos is probably using both the newer and the older versions. I'm just using the newer version only. So, like Lee, I did not see or hear anything. The streaming was stopped about a minute after the net started, and then I picked it up again just as Richard was signing off. Wade, I'm sorry to hear about the colleague passing. I had a similar experience. In this case, it was a sort of a medical how do I want to say, like, not malpractice exactly, but it was a medical accident, let's say, and so it was very unexpected, and it was really sad. Richard, with the Datsun 510s, that I haven't heard that for a while. I remember when you first told us that you raced the Datsun 510s, I found that odd. And I wonder if you could explain to us briefly, you maybe already have in the past, but why is that a popular race car? When I heard there were 24 of them, obviously it's very popular. What is it about that particular car over all the other Datsuns and Toyotas and everything else that's been out there over the many years, that one's the one people like? Dave, I'm real sorry to hear about Don being in hospice, but I'm kind of glad that he's in good spirits and that he's with family at home. That's nice. Lee, the lumber project, man, oh man, you just finished your floor and now you're on another project. That's, I mean, good for you, but man, I wouldn't be able to keep up. So my news. Oh, here, let me. I meant to get my slideshow going here. This is from a trip to Bremerton. I haven't put the title on this one yet. Um, the my news is I had a little bit of a scare. I don't want to get too much into details, but basically, my condo association manager contacted me wanting certain documents and certain things, and my property manager is telling me that that it's not actually legal for them to ask for them, and it's not legal for her to give them. So they're talking to each other, and they'll get it all ironed out. But it's kind of been a disruption for me, and has made things difficult for me for a little while. But I think we're resolving that and getting there. um, I haven't had any showings yet, but I have one scheduled for Sunday. So, and apparently, I thought I would have quite a few by now because it's just a month before the availability date. And I figured, people usually they give a month's notice. They want to look around and find something. But she said, no, this is not unusual. And she thought it was still kind of early for people to be looking for rentals. So that's good. That's a good thing. So I guess I can expect that there will be more coming. Okay. Yeah, good to see you and hear everybody. Good to hear you, Jim. And to see Carlos. Oh, I'm looking at Carlos video of Carlos's rooftop right now, sideways. So, okay, I will send it back. This is K9PQ.
K9PQ, thanks with that. And get a quick ID here again. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the '08 machine. I'm Dave, KD7CYM. Well, let's pick up Richard, K7ITX in Kent.
Okay. Well, this time I got to hear Lee and Bob, K9PQ, so that was good. Heard their whole thing. And so, and yeah, my condolences to Wade and losing a teammate at work. And, and, and Dave, condolences to you for condolences. I don't know if that's the right word, but I just always enjoyed Don. I always thought he was a lot of fun. So I hope hospice is good too. And I'm not there yet. I'm fighting all kinds of issues and demons, and here I am telling you about it. So, Clinton Jim, these were professional Porsche drivers who have bought Datsun 510s, 69 version, and Bob, just short and sweet. These are cars that were originally built by Nissan as racing cars, and so that's the story there. These are all they all have roll cages, just one seat for the driver. So anyway, that's it with that's the story with them. Stand by a minute while I take a break. I'll come right back. So, yeah, we did really good. We did really good on Saturday, and so, boy, was I bushed. Oh, got to my hotel room, and that's why you didn't hear from me on Saturday. I just was way too tired. I mean, or not tired. I passed out, literally passed out. So falling asleep as early as I did. I woke up at 4 a.m. and I'll be darned, time to, go number one, that sort of thing at 4 in the morning. But the hotel bed doesn't have some of the equipment, like, guardrails or things to grab onto. And so next thing I know, I find myself on the floor at 4 a.m. by myself, and it took me an hour and a half. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it felt like an hour and a half because I didn't have a clock. My phone, I couldn't see it right away, and then when I did finally find my phone, I saw that it was the battery was dead. So, gosh darn, if it was one thing, it was another. But eventually, I put the tools that I was taught by my occupational therapist and physical therapist, and got to my feet, and finally had so I didn't soil my pants at that point, and was able to go to the little boy's room and get back in bed, the crazy thing about it, my partner was able to get a key from the front desk to check on me, and so I knew at some point that while I was laying on the floor, wondering how I was going to get out of this, that it might be
K7ITX, the Gator got you, Richard. You want to come back? K7ITX. Well, let's move on to Wade. W7ITL, Dakota.
Well, hello guys. I'm hearing myself yet.
Doesn't look like my audio is coming through 2 meter. I'm not sure if it's coming over over the DATV. But let's see. Yeah. Dave,
Dave,
I'm praying for your brother to be
praying for your brother to be
in good hands
good
as far as
good hands
his,
as far as
how he feels,
his
and that
how he
he's
feels, and that he's
comfort with family,
he's comfort
and
with
he's not
family,
in pain.
and he's not in pain.
Yeah, my coworker.
Yeah, my coworker.
He suddenly passed yesterday.
He
with
suddenly
no,
passed
no reason.
yesterday with
He was at an
reason.
appointment.
He was at an appointment,
So
and
it's all about all I know right now. Let's see. Everything else is pretty good. Probably be going up to Cougar Mountain Saturday if all goes well. Take care of some of the things that are needing help, like there's a hornet's nest still up there, and we're going to try to tackle that late in the night, and then try to get a receiver put back in the other building so that we can get a better receive for 2 meter. And I don't know what's going on with the DATV. My signal's not coming through on either transmitter or receiver. I mean, I'm not getting a lock. There's some interference or something up there. It's seeing my signal, but the decoder is just not grabbing my signal. So not sure what's going on. Maybe there's some interference up there. All right. Well, that's all I got for this round. Nice to see hear everybody. And I'll turn it back to Net Control. Dave, this is W7ITL.
W7ITL. Let's go to Jim in Covington, N7QO.
N7QO. Thank you, Dave. Carlos, outstanding video and audio as usual. And I understand you're hoping to erect the HF antenna tomorrow. Be safe. Good luck with that. I hope it all goes smoothly. And depending upon which television station you watch, some news people say we may have some thunderstorms tomorrow. So just a heads up, watch out for lightning if you're up on the roof tomorrow. Dave, very sorry to hear about Don going on to hospice. I guess we kind of expected that would happen eventually. Hope he experiences a miracle. I know a number of people who were actually on hospice for a period of time and then came off of it and then went back on it, and you just don't know. Sometimes the doctors can't always get it right. Matter of fact, someone else alluded to that earlier. Oh well. And Dave, blood tests, ultrasound. Yikes. I hope they're right in that there's no problem, just whatever, a hiccup. So I wish you luck on that. Ron, you had good audio. This last transmission, the entire audio was good on both 2 meters and also on the television repeater. But I did not see your video this time on the television repeater. Lee, excellent video and audio. As usual, still working on the house. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of little things around my house. I do have a couple of big projects which I need to hit, but I have not yet done so. You're accomplishing all of these heavy-duty tasks, so good for you. And I meant to ask you about the tsunami. What happened there? We heard that it got a foot and a half higher than normal in the Port Angeles area. What were your thoughts on that? Or you couldn't sell the place promptly. Just the luck of the draw, or the bad luck of the draw, whichever the case may be, timing. Dick, thank you for clarifying that. Porsche drivers bought Datsuns and driving them, and they were built as race cars, so that's kind of cool. And wow, you're talking about passing out there. I'll tell you what, the fatigue, it is probably, it's your kidneys, man. We'll pray that you wind up with a new kidney before too much time goes by. It would make you feel a whole lot better. Wade, I received your audio now on both the ATV repeater and on 2 meters. You sounded good on both this last transmission. However, your video quit approximately halfway through your transmission. It was good until then. Back to you, Dave, and 7QO.
In 7QO, let's pick up Carlos in Clyde Hill, 87 NP.
Okay. This is 87 NP back. First, just from a sequencing, Lee, the white is the audio as captured here locally on my system. So my PC here is inserting the audio spectrum, and both are the newest version. So when I look here on my screen, I only see the audio. The blue is inserted by the repeater, and it only happens on mine because for each one of our call signs, we have different scenes on OBS. And on the repeater, I wanted to see the difference between the audio on that I have local and what I have remote. And so the blue is inserted by the repeater, but it only happens on my scene. But happy to edit. So the blue is the same that you see on the dashboard when we're all looking at, because there's no video transmission. That's the same one we see there. It's the blue. That's the difference between the white and blue. Oh, and by the way, I can pick any colors for anyone. So if anyone has a different team that they would prefer, like Seahawks, I'm happy to make the audio green. So showing, let me see if I can show these two videos. I had to rotate my videos. And so the middle one is, so this is a directional antenna. I think I had shown the diagram before. So this is me walking end to end. That's the video in the middle. I'm still assembling the endpoints. And so the boom itself is not very big. And then it has 3 elements. And basically inside those elements, there will be a copper line. And you see on the video on the right, this is me executing the test procedure of just extending, I think, like 1 foot of the copper and then retracting it. And then it has different configurations on 6 meters. I think it's 2 elements. And then I can also do the front to back reverse without rotating the antenna, just by extending and retracting. So this is it's called the Ultra Beam 20 MX. It's an Italian manufacturing, and here in the US you can order it from Germany, from Wemo. So that's the closest thing to a step IR. And they have this only goes to 20 meters because otherwise it would be too big. And I mean, and again, the too big is relative. I mean, a lot of people would say that this is already too big. But I think this one will be manageable. And so I'm looking forward to put this up. And then it has a coax relay. So if you see those two feed lines, they go to a coax relay on the boom. That's all controlled by the box that controls all of this. So quite a setup. But Jim, thanks for the heads up on thunderstorm. If that's the case, I'm definitely not going to go there. But there's a lot of arts and crafts. There's a lot of heat shrinking tube that has to secure this. This is some sort of fiber. This is very strong. I mean, after I put all of this together, it's definitely, there's no flexing of those elements. So very good material. The instructions were how should I say, German engineering instructions that if you went to German engineering school, I'm sure this was easy. But it's like you have to mix and match portions of the instructions from the 40-meter antenna with the some other antenna, and then just wait. Okay, we're back. And then piece all of that together. So, looking forward, and I'm really enjoying also the Flex radio setup that I have now, which now, besides the HF, comes with 2 meters, 432, 200 megahertz, 900 megahertz, and 1296 megahertz. And I really like the masked preamps. And so I've ordered another 1296 masked preamp, also from Germany, because I really like having the preamp very close to the antenna rather than after the full cable. And that's what I'm using also right now. Here on the notes, for Richard, the first car that I bought back in '92, it was the evolution of Datsun, was a Nissan. It's kind of an N14, so I am quite fond of Datsun and Nissan brands, kind of Japanese man popular. This was back in Europe, back in Portugal, and commonly, Dave, sorry to hear about Don. Kind of give him our best, of course, and we'll see how it goes. And Wade, yeah, unfortunately, I must tell you that I've seen this issue with the signal multiple times, and the only way that I had to recover it was to do a power cycle, do a power off on the receivers, and then wait for a little bit, and kind of 1 out of 3 I was able to recover them. I think there's some sort of new interference at the repeater side that is really interfering with the receiver, because it's receiving a lot of noise at the same time that receives the signal, so it's not able to lock, as you can see, and then the serial port never receives the lock information. All right, so back to Dave, net control. This was 87 NP in Clydesdale over.
87 NP, thanks for that. This is Dave, KD7ZYM. And my condolences to Wade for his workmate that unfortunately passed away. These bodies we have these days, so anyway, we wish him luck on his journey to wherever he was off to in the hitherland. And for Carlos, my gosh, bigger is better, and boy, your antenna pictures really showed that bigger is better, especially when it comes to ham television antennas. That was good. And I want to thank you all for your kind words about Don, and I'll pass that on to him. And the interesting thing was the group today delivered him a package of morphine, and he said, well, I'm in no pain, but they said, we just want you to be prepared in case it happens. So anyway, he has a stockpile of morphine already in case that's needed. So again, many thanks for everybody with your kind words towards Don. And so that's about it here from Lake City, and I got to get a quick ID here again. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the '08 machine. Let's see if we can connect with Ron again. KD7 QKU in Tacoma.
Okay. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Anybody hear me? Okay, you're hearing me. Bob's giving me thumbs up. Okay, well, it started working really good about the last half of Carlos' transmission. And it seems to be working fine. The waterfall bottom is working. Of course, I see my picture. So I don't know what happened. Dave says he can't hear me.
So I guess my audio.
Isn't coming.
So anyway, I'll pick up the 2 meter.
I was saying that
the last
half or 2/3 of Carlos' picture, everything cleared up and started working just fine. So everything seemed.
see myself. The audio doesn't
seem.
So I missed out on. Oh, my camera shut down earlier. And so when I was trying to transmit, I guess my camera wasn't on. I've had all kinds of So, but basically, right now, I'm back to normal. I'm sorry to hear about your coworker, Wade. I missed out on your transmission. Maybe said about that. It sounds like the guy almost died. I don't know if Carlos, Richard, I don't know if Carlos has seen a picture of your race car, the Dodson 510. So sometime maybe you could show him a picture. I think he'd be impressed with the nice little car. Beautiful little car. So anyway, we're running out of time. I don't know. Turn it back to Dave. Nice seeing everybody. Sorry, I didn't read as much as I did. Maybe next time. KD7.
KD7 QKU, thanks for that. Let's see if we can pick up Lee N7KC on OBS, the gateway to the internet.
Okay, I see my call on the screen. Soon to be followed by some video, I think. There we go. Okay. Oh, very good. Well, I'll make this short because we're just winding things up here. 3 minutes to go. Very interesting. Carlos, that's quite a rig. Also, where you had it, it looked like it was on top of your house, or maybe you've got a flat roof or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, and it seemed like the elements are mighty close together, so I'm assuming that you had them, just for testing purposes, you had them moved in on the boom. And I can't imagine that it worked very well, as close as together as they were. Very nice. And I didn't catch how many feet it was across from the driven element there in the middle to either end. but I guess the lowest frequency is what, 20 meters. So, my gosh, could that 20 meters, 10 meters? Mm. Well, anyway, it's quite nice. So it'd be really fun to hear how that works out for you. Yeah, well, yeah, I hope Dawn has a, I don't know what you can say, you know. Mother Nature's not very kind to us, and I don't know. I guess if he's comfortable, well, that's the best you can ask for. Okay. This is Lee in 7KC. I'll send it back to you, Dave. And everybody's audio is good and strong and all that, but Dave, I really have to strain to hear. So, but I gather from what I'm hearing that it's something to do with the radio signal coming in and not anything else. So, okay. And Dave, I didn't hear what happened to you, but I'll give you a call. So, back to Dave in 7KC, Lee in Port Angeles. We'll see you folks down. Well, we'll see you Saturday at the meeting. 7-3.
N7KC, and for a final, let's go to Bob, K9PQ.
Uh, Carlos, that is really an impressive antenna, and good luck getting that all set up. Richard, thank you for telling me about the Datsun. I think you did mention that before, but I did not at all remember they were built to be race cars. That's really cool. And that is just a harrowing story about you taking so long to get up. And I think you should seriously consider something like Lifeline or some other medical alert kind of thing, at least temporarily. Maybe after the kidney transplant, it won't be an issue. But I think you just can't allow that to happen. None of us likes to think we can't live independently. I mean, that's going to be a big issue for me as I live alone. But you just have to be realistic. Okay, I'll send it back. K9PQ. Have a good night, everybody. 73.
K9PQ, thanks for that. And it's time to sign off the net. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net on the OI machine. We'd like to thank the SeaTac Repeater Association.
Node 37506550 disconnected.
Again, this is Dave, KD7ZYM, signing off the net at 9:01. Good evening, all.
Node KU7PDX disconnected.